Man, I thought this game was we knew it was going to be tough. Colgate is a very good team. They do a great job program-wise, but I just thought our team just dug down deep and really fought, and that's what we've been talking about, defending the ball and being tough and everybody doing it together. I thought everybody that came in the game today really gave us a lift. I think our strength is in, our depth. And I'm just proud of these guys, man. They could have folded, but they didn't. They didn't. So, it was just one of those things that, they didn't want to lose. All right, and I think they understand what they need to do. I mean, to hold Colgate to 29 points in the second half, and they only allowed them to have 1-3. That's a big jump from what we've been doing in the first couple of games. And they did a really good job in the second half of keeping guys in front, contesting, rebounding, and then getting out and running. So I'm just proud of this group. Again, I thought they represented what we talk about, relentless, toughness, grit, playing together. So I'm just proud of them.
Strategically there, when you were down 24, did you make any strategic changes? And also, what changed effort-wise?
Like I said before, this is a competitive group. I thought they came out early. This is a game that they wanted to win. We all wanted to win. I thought we got off to not a great start. Couldn't make shots. Then, they started making shots. And then, when we regrouped second half, we play in 4-minute games. That's how we practice. We play 4-minute games. So our goal was to just, every 4 minutes, let's look up and see where we at. And, we got it to a manageable number with about 8 minutes to go. And then, they just got energized, and our crowd was phenomenal today. They energized us. They gave us a big lift. And so, we just kind of took it from there.
What did your team learn about itself tonight?
I think they learned that what we've been talking about for a while now. I thought we put a consistent half of defense together. I think they understand what it takes to focus now and then to finish plays. Like I said, the earlier games we played 6 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Tonight, I think they learned about growing up a little bit about what it takes to put 20 minutes of defense together. Now we got to turn that into another 20 minutes. But I think they learned how. That we are a good defensive team, and we will be a good defensive team as we keep going.
Coach, how much did you practice the press?
We practiced a lot. We had a lot of time to work from our last game. That was something that we wanted to work on. Just again, I think we're a team that's fast and athletic, and we have guys. So we like to try to play up tempo.
You talked about defense here today, but could you assess the impact that Chris Bell had on the game today?
Chris Bell was phenomenal today. This was his best game in a uniform. I thought he played with energy. I thought even though he didn't get no rebounds, I thought his defense was pretty solid. But he shot the ball. He made his shots. He's a great shooter. We know that. And I thought he actually put the ball on the floor and got to the basket a little bit more. So he's just getting better. I said this the last time. Chris Bell is just. These last 3-4 weeks, he's really made some jumps, and I see it in practice every day. So he's continually to get better. And this whole group is.
You mentioned effort, and you said that a few times already, but is this an example of something that you've got to learn in real time, that you can't replicate in practice, this situation?
Absolutely. Especially early on in the season, and we have a young team, and they're a very confident group. So they, sometimes you think you can turn it on and off, and that's not the case. So effort and consistency is something that we talk about every day. And again today, I think they had 20 minutes of consistency and effort, and they dug themselves out of a hole.
Coach, can you talk about the effort of Bell on the defensive end, not just on the offensive end? In the first half, he was getting beat a little bit, but on the second half, he did a lot better at the point of attack. What did you see out of him?
I just thought he stopped gambling, started sliding his feet, keeping the guys in front of him, and sitting in the stance and not, a lot of times when people pick the dribble up, giving them angles. I thought he did a really good job of that. And again, we wanted to make those guys put the ball on the floor. That's what we wanted to do. We didn't want them to just pass the ball around. We wanted them to put the ball on the floor in the second half. I thought we did a better job of that.
Coach, after the under-8 mark, junior men's really started to kind of take over in that game offensively and defensively. Could you just talk about what it means to have a player like that back
playing for your program?
I mean, Judah's he's a competitor. He's tough. He's one of the best guards in the country. He's one of the, and he was struggling for a minute, but he stayed with it. I was trying to calm him down a little bit, so I would take him in and out a little bit just to calm him down. But I knew that, I needed to have him that last 12 or 13 minutes down the stretch, and he stepped up big. And he usually closes games pretty well, and I have confidence in him that he was going to do it today.
What does a win like this do for you guys going to Hawaii and facing some of the top talent in the country?
I mean, I think we understand, that we can get better, and if we really pull together, we will have a chance to compete against anyone that we play against this year.
Chris Bell, another player that started a little bit slow, 2 of 6 from 3 in the first half, finished 6 of 14. How do you continue to give a young player like that confidence even when they might start off a little bit slow?
I don't have to give these guys confidence, man. These guys have a lot of confidence. That's how we practice. That's how I coach. If you're on my team, it's about giving me effort, energy, and playing and taking good shots. And again, we watch it every day. He works on his game. We know what he can do, and he's getting better. So, I think everyone on my team has confidence. I don't have to give him confidence. He has confidence.
Are you surprised at the press's success, given how Colgate's so experienced and they have a really nice point guard too? When we press, we had our right group in there. We have a certain group of guys that we like to press with. And Malik Brown being one of them. And he's very, very active. He gets his hands, he changes passes, and then we had our interceptors in the back. Judah, I thought Quadir came in and really got a back tap. We have guys that can really chase the ball. So we had a really good group in there. So surprise, not so much, but to the point of getting us back into the game, you just never know. You just never know.
Do you see yourself starting that press earlier, or is it just a game-by-game basis? It's
a game-by-game basis. We have several presses that we like to try to use, but it all depends on the opponent and what we think as we do our scouting.
What does this type of win say about your group?
I think it's a tough group. I think it's a competitive group. Like I said before, they really want to win. They all came back, and with the new guys that we brought in, they all have chips on their shoulders, and they know the only way that they can do anything is together, and that's what we talk about, doing it together. That's all we talk about, and I think today was a statement, and I think they've seen it, firsthand. When we play together, what could happen.
Greg, you got Benny back tonight. He looked a little rusty. Can you talk a little bit about where he's at and where you hope he can get soon?
Yeah, Benny, he just came back with us. It's going to take some time to get his conditioning and rhythm back. But the greatest thing that I seen was he was up cheering for his teammates, and he was into it, and he was ready to go if I called him. So again, we look forward to working him back in with this team and getting him back into the rotation. So again, but I thought he was great today. He did what he could do. Being away for a couple of days.
Coach, what do you think that it says about the mentality of your team and the mentality that you try and preach, that they can come back from such a large deficit?
We always say, and we talk about, when you play, we don't analyze the game until the game is over with. All right? That's all we talk about, is just playing. When you out there, you just play. We play, competitive drills and competitive games, and sometimes these guys get, they get caught up in the score, which is good, but wait till the practice is over with before we start evaluating. Wait till the game is over with before we start evaluating, because we all know that the game is ups and downs, a game of runs, and I think they did that today. They just, the second half, they just put their heads down and just kept battling.
Coach, it took you guys a couple of minutes out of the second half to finally get your first field goal made. A lot of boos coming down from the crowd. What's that like for you and for some of the players? Could you kind of give the perspective of what that's like for a young guy on the sidelines hearing that?
You know what? I think, I know me, I heard it, but that wasn't what I was thinking about, and I'm sure they wasn't thinking about that. I think they was
like myself, was trying to say, let's get on this board so we can get going. I don't think we scored until like 3 minutes into that second half. So that's never good, you know, especially when you're down by about that big of a deficit. But we just wanted to, you know, we obviously you hear it, but at that time we had no, you know, you gotta play better. That's all you're thinking about is playing better.
Coach, if you go back 3 years, I don't think anybody would say that Colgate-Syracuse was a rivalry. Talk about this series now and what this game means on the calendar. I mean, the fans are into it like it was Syracuse-Duke.
Yeah, I mean, again, Matt Langle, that Colgate, he does a great job. You know, it's not just the last 3 years. That's a great program. You know, he's done a really good job, you know, I think when you have these teams from those leagues, smaller leagues, you know, they have older guys. You know, most of the Power Five, you know, teams, they have, you know, sophomores and freshmen. And so, you know, especially early on, you know, they got talent, but early on in the season, those teams, they've been together for a while. They've been battle tested. You know, this is our first one. We've been tested in spots, but this was our first one where we had to go 40 minutes. And we talked about that. You know, it was interesting. I told our guys a couple of days ago, you know, this is the first game that we can walk into the locker room and, you know, we can be down. And it happened. So that probably woke them up as well. But Colgate is, you know, I mean, I think they do a great job there. Obviously it's a local. You know, we have history here, so you know it's good. It's good. It's good to play these games. I'm glad. You know, I thought the crowd was great. It was an exciting game. So you know, and they'll do pretty well this year. I'm not worried about that. They'll be fine.
Adrian, what was the message at halftime?
You know, just don't worry about the score. Just keep playing. You know, like I said, 4-minute games. You know, we play in 4-minute games. You know, 4 minutes. Let's get to the 4-minute. See where we at. Another 4 minutes. See where we at. Just keep chopping wood, and that's what we did.
And then looking ahead to Maui a little bit, I think you began your playing career there. Do you see any parallels there with you as a head coach, and how do you think about the challenge that awaits?
You know, I'm still kind of enjoying this one right here, but I'll, you know, obviously Maui is a great tournament. It's a phenomenal field this year, you know, and you know, we're excited and to be a part of it, and you know, we're gonna get prepared for it. And we're gonna go out there and we're gonna play. We're gonna lace our shoes up and we're gonna play and compete, and you know, we look forward to it.
Syracuse locker room will be open.